I'm so sorry that in some ways, I was mistaken this morning when I posted a video about Nick Mason, who's the fourth Conservative bigwig to have been fingered by the Gaming Commission investigation. And apparently, according to the Sunday Times, it wasn't just one bet that he placed, but he placed a series of bets with a number of different betting firms about the date of the general election. And it may not be true. It may be true. We're not going to know. And the Conservative Party High Command has said they're not permitted to discuss any matters related to any gambling commission investigation because it's an ongoing investigation, which of course is nonsensical. And particularly given the fact that we are expected to trust the Conservative Party and the people being put forward for election at this time, when there's a scandal of this magnitude, and part of the problem is that Tony Lee was the director of campaigning. He's now taken leave of absence from his job. His wife is a candidate, and the Mason fellow is the person involved in data collection. Well, he seems to have been collecting his own data in this particular case. The allegations of gambling suggest that the Conservative Party is not taking the election seriously. If the bigwigs in the system are not taking the election seriously, then you have to wonder whether or not we should take the election seriously, whether or not we should take them seriously. And Craig Williams, the person with whom all this story broke, Craig Williams, the Conservative MP for Montgomery, is still standing for Montgomery. He's apologized for making, quote, a huge error of judgment, and he refused to say whether he placed a bet on the basis of inside information. I will not enlarge, he said, in a sort of Frankie Howard type way. I will not enlarge, oh, matron. And Sunak says that he's incredibly angry. Well, so what? Incredibly angry means he makes a decision, and these individuals are removed from the ballot papers. They no longer represent the Conservative Party. That would be a decision, and that would be a reflection of his being incredibly angry. And that would be some sort of token response. It's not a punishment for them doing wrong, because so far we have no evidence that they've done wrong. But they have brought this investigation on by whatever actions they have taken. Those actions may be perfectly justifiable, but at this particular time, why do you want to have people whose actions are questionable, and yet they're asking you for your trust? They're asking you to trust them when they're under investigation. It's like trusting Donald Trump to be President of the United States when he is under investigation and potentially could be put in prison. Why would you trust this person to run your country? Why would you trust Craig Williams to run your constituency? Why would you trust these people? And that's the fundamental question. As I said, I'm sorry that I got it wrong. Mr. Mason was not accused of betting once. Apparently, he's placed bets, multiple bets on the date of the election. He may have done it perfectly innocently, but he may equally have used insider information. And the number of people who are coming up from the inner command of the Conservative Party suggests This is not really a problem of Mr. Mason or Miss Saunders or Craig Williams. This is a problem in the Conservative Party ethos. And this is a sort of continuation of Partygate. One rule for them, another rule for everybody else. This is Partygate Part 2. And it's... I simply find it worrying, and I don't understand why the Conservative Party itself has not acted swiftly to say these people are no longer our candidates and no longer represent the Conservative Party ethos. They either do or they don't. And if this is what the Conservative Party ethos is, I don't want to be associated with it, certainly.